Lots to do over the course of the next 25 minutes or so. We will get you out to Jim Heller for the coverage of the UT women. Football for tomorrow, let's save it. Picks against the spread. The BG season looks shot with the COVID situation. Some nuggets on that, as well as the Toledo men who fell last night. Not going to overdo it today. Short notice. Couple things happened last night I want to get to before the conclusion, but as we wanted to do yesterday, let's do it right now as far as starting off with the UT women, who I believe for the only 13th or 14th time in program history have actually opened the gates with a 2-0 record, and we're happy to have the head coach, Tricia Cullop, on behalf of our Straight Dope interview, always brought to you by the Casual Pint, Toledo's most unique craft beer market, and we are happy to bring in Coach. Coach Nick Swatala, nice to talk. It's been a while. How are things, okay?
Everything's good. Nice to talk to you, too.
Always a pleasure, Coach. In fact, it's been 8-9 months because we were feeling pretty good about the program after that. I believe it was a second win against Central in, 7-day span in that MAC tournament. And, boy, I tell you what, it was great to have you on then. And, boom, everything shut down, and here we are 2 games into a new season. 8-9 months later. Coach, what's it been like? I got to know before we get into tonight. What's it been like running a program for the last 7-8 months?
Well, it's, you got to kind of roll with the punches, and I think, it makes you definitely be grateful for everything that you have, because obviously all of us had some things kind of put on pause for a while, but I'm just glad our kids have stayed healthy. I'm glad that, we're able to start back up again and kind of have some normalcy with our season. And, I'm so grateful. I think the people that have been the busiest through all of this have been our medical staff, our training staff, our facilities staff, our administration, trying to put everything in place so all of us could play our sports this year. So we're so grateful to all of them. And, I'm really proud of this young crew. We knew we were going to be young and inexperienced this year, but we also didn't want to make any excuses. And this group is just a lot of fun to coach. They keep getting better every week, and we've still got a lot to learn. But I really am enjoying coaching this group.
Of course, and as far as the COVID situation goes, Coach, throughout the summer and the early part of this year, and I'm not just talking about the women's, University of Toledo as a whole seems to be doing what they need to do as far as fending this thing off to the best of the capability. I take it that's not only a testament to the young men, the young women, the school as a whole.
Yeah, I think that starts with your administration. I think our president, I think our athletic director, all of those, our head trainer, our women's basketball trainer, Brad, everybody's just done a great job of staying on top of everything, making sure that all of us understand the protocols that we need to have in place. I think all of us have been very diligent. They can't control every single factor, but I think everything that we can control, we've done a great job of. And I think all of us feel very safe, right down to, our facilities people got some tests back that say that the cleaning that they're doing of our facility the rating on it is exceptional. So, we feel very, very good about what we're trying to do with this and make the most of the situation.
100%, and we keep our fingers crossed in that regard. Okay, and speaking of that win against Central, Coach, with how good of a team Central Michigan was last year, really from nearly start to finish of the season, with the season coming to an abrupt end, having that wonderful opportunity to shock the MAC world, let's be honest, and contend for that championship ultimately, to have that taken away from you, that opportunity, okay, an abrupt end, do you still take something out of that magical 1 week, that 7-day span, 2 wins against Central? Do you still take something out of that? Did you take something out of that for the message this summer and ultimately this season?
Well, those returners, we had our freshman class played a lot for us last year, and that's our returners that we're counting on almost as if they were upperclassmen, even though they're only sophomores. But I think what they took from that is if we work really hard and we manage this thing correctly, we can put ourselves in a great situation again. And so they understand what it takes and the focus and the details that have to be in place for us to win. And they've done a great job of leading us. As you know, we have 3 sophomore captains. But those 3 sophomore captains, they played a significant role last year. So it's not like they're young and inexperienced. They are veterans as sophomores. And they've done a fantastic job so far.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when I saw what took place last weekend in Cleveland before it came to an end, it didn't surprise me when I saw the news. In fact, that is a first for you, Coach. As far as Morgan Elliott, Lockett, Sophia Wired, that is a first for you in your tenure, correct? As far as having 3 sophomore captains, is that correct?
It is. But, they deserve it. And kind of going back to what you'd asked me before, I think the toughest thing during that whole stretch was having to tell our seniors that their season was done. because they had done a great job of getting us to that point, and I felt really good about where we were. And so it was really tough at that moment to say goodbye to them, knowing that that was it. You know, it was kind of that unfinished business kind of thing that's just lurking out there. You just don't feel good about it, but I think they handled it like champs, and, you know, really proud of them. And, you know, I wish them the best as well. We've got two of those three are, you know, playing overseas professionally right now. We've got Arian Whitaker, who is down coaching in Alabama. And so, you know, it's pretty neat to follow their careers as well.
Speaks mega volumes about the program, no question about it. Tricia Cullop, the head coach of the University of Toledo women's basketball program, joins us on the Straight Dope interview before the 7 o'clock tip. As far as the Straight Dope interview, brought to you, of course, by the Casual Pint, Toledo's most unique craft beer market. Holiday ales pouring through the pint, through the tap, rather. Bottles, growlers, crowlers, cans to go. That's at the Casual Pint. That is where beer lovers meet. Coach, forgive me if this is incorrect. I know it's the case for the men. Don't you usually get a good 10, 12, 14 games under your belt before MAC play? Here we are, 2 up and 0 down, and boom, a couple of MAC plays right off the bat. That's got to be and obviously we know the circumstances, but historically speaking, that's never happened, right? MAC play 3, 4 games into the year?
Yeah, not that I know of. And obviously this is my 13th year being at Toledo. Usually we start everything up after Christmas. But I understand why the athletic directors and the commissioner of our league decided to do this. They wanted to free up some windows during our conference play so that if there's an issue with the team that we'd have some makeup dates. And so by moving them forward, we've given ourselves a little bit of a cushion. Plus, one of those games that we moved actually helps us after Christmas not have a game so quickly. And I think we all understand why that's so important with testing protocols and everything. We want to be able to send our kids home for Christmas, and we feel like we should. You know, I think it's as much of a mental thing for them as much as anything. They haven't seen their families in a long time, and I think it's important for them to have that opportunity.
Absolutely, and I thought that was the proactive thing to do as well, especially after observing different commissioners, different leagues, different sports. You need flexibility. I mean, you need the padding to make it work. So I agree and I understand that 1,000%. Toledo at NIU tonight. That opens MAC play. The Rockets do so on the road, first of 2 matchups, of course. What can you tell me about this NIU team, Coach, before we dig into your roster, before I let you go? NIU, it seems like before last year, typically the home team got the better end, but if I'm not mistaken, the road team won both last year. So you go back to the Convocation Center, no fans, tricky spot to play, tricky team. How about NIU tonight?
Well, one thing I like about it is we're getting one of those furthest trips out of the way at the very beginning. Usually, for whatever reason, in most years that I've been at Toledo, that game's been later in the year. And
Good
so,
point.
you know, it's kind of nice to get it out of the way. We're done with classes. Our kids aren't missing anything. So, again, it's a beautiful day here. A little chilly, but it's a beautiful day. We're excited to be here, excited to start. They're a team that half their shots are three-pointers. And they're going to really push the ball in transition, and they don't, you know, if they've got an open shot, it's going up. So we've got to make sure our hands are up on defense. We've got great ball pressure, great communication in transition so we don't lose someone. But I think that they run a lot of great sets that get them some quality shots, but those long shots also mean long rebounds. So we've got to be ready to, you know, chase down loose balls and long rebounds so that we can get out and run ourselves. I think one thing that, you know, we've got going for us, we might be young, but we're very quick and we're very athletic, and I hope that we can let that play into us, play to our strength tonight in our defense.
Sure.
Hang our hat there, and if we can get stops, I think we can get out and run and take advantage of that. But, you know, we've always had a tough go of it with Northern Illinois, and we expect a great game tonight.
Yeah, always a hard-fought MAC battle. And, Coach, I thought that was on display at times against Oakland and Detroit when the team got their feet wet on the home floor. So that's interesting going into the first MAC contest of the year. Biggest 2 takeaways from the first 2 games. One thing you love about a young team, maybe you didn't expect to be that good, 80 minutes into a season, Coach. And on the flip side, the biggest thing that maybe concerns you ahead of a competitive MAC battle tonight. How about that?
Well, I love the fact that we've got 4 people averaging double figures. So that tells me we're unselfish and we're balanced. And I think when you've got a balanced attack, it's a little harder to stop. You can't stop one of us and stop all of us. So I do like that. I think something we can get better at is our 3-point field goal percentage. One thing to note in that is, we lost one of our best 3-point shooters in Mariah Copeland to an ACL before the season started. And then Soleil Barnes is recovering, but she's not fully back yet. And that's 2 of our best 3-point shooters. So I think in the future, I think, number one, that percentage will come up in time because in practice, I've seen us shoot it well. I just think getting those jitters out of and understanding shot selection will certainly help that. But, I like our depth, and I do like our quickness, and I love our ability to get out in transition. So, there's always something that coaches are going to nitpick at that we hope gets better. I hope we continue to take good care of the ball. We could have taken a little bit better of it last game, and I do think that, we are trying to get better and better at owning the boards, and that's something we really want to hang our hat on.
That's a good point. Now, as far as filling the void, and when you talk about a key statistical category such as the 3-point field goal percentage, it hurts when you lose key pieces to that puzzle. Now, as a result, Miss Lockett, she leads the team back-to-back games, 17 and 22. Obviously, a double-digit score in MAC play all of last year, if I'm not mistaken, 10.5, 11 points. She's a pure scorer. Is she the one that kind of comes to your mind as one that might so often lead the team in scoring? Or are you going to revert back to that balanced scoring, much like the men's team, Tricia? I mean, the men's, they can have six guys run out there and lead the team. Do you kind of expect that to develop from this team as far as 3-4 different gals leading this team night in and night out? Or would you not be surprised if that's Miss Lockett throughout the course of the year?
Well, I will say, I think as far as just versatility of scoring in a variety of ways, she's a very tough matchup. She can post up, she can shoot threes, she can drive the hole, and she can hit a pull-up. And, that makes her very dangerous. Plus, she's so quick and very good defensively. So when we get a stop, she can really get out and run. I think she's a tough matchup for people because she's just long and lanky for a perimeter player and just has incredible speed. That was something that really drew us to her when we were recruiting her. But I do think we could have balanced scoring. I won't be surprised if she leads us most of the way. But I will not, I do think we're going to have some nights where, Tatiana Davis or Kira Goss or Sophia Wired or Molly Morgan-Elliott step up, or Sammy McConowitz. We haven't even talked about her.
Yes.
She had a big-time double-double last game. I think Sammy's a kid that could have a 20-point night. So it's exciting to name that many people who are capable of it.
That's an excellent point. That was a wonderful performance on the board. Well done there. Speaking of Sophia Wired, where could she take the biggest leap from year 1 to year 2 after productive minutes in year 1?
Yeah, well, I think, she learned a lot playing under Mariela Santucci, and I'm sure that wasn't always the easiest to sit and watch as much as she did. But I thought she played an integral part toward the end of the season, and I think she gained a lot of confidence from the minutes that she played. But this is her year. And, she's done a great job of claiming that point guard spot and leading us, and the kids have a lot of confidence in her. She really understands who needs the ball and when. And I think that, she's really improved her shooting production. Last year we used to beg her to shoot when she was open. This year she's starting to recognize those opportunities that she needs to take for herself instead of being just a distributor. And, when we're continuing to challenge her on the defensive end to continuing to improve. But so impressed with her leadership. You would not find a better kid, better leader, and someone that continues to work on her own game to improve.
Hence the 3 sophomore captains. That's very well said, Coach, and we very much look forward to watching these young ladies progress once again after really what was a lot of bright spots after last year, kind of a rebuilding type feel to the program. And there you were in the thick of things before it got shut down, and here you are trying to stay unbeaten tonight. Coach, real quick, MAC play opens tonight on the road, but the Golden Flashes visit on the 13th. As far as every team in the MAC, and I'm not trying to bury other schools in the MAC. Coach, it's got to affect Toledo women the most as far as not having fans, right? Can you think of another school that would even give you a run for your money as far as the biggest negative effect when you talk about a couple fans sprinkled friends and family versus, thousands and thousands of people? How about that before I let you go?
Well, we average almost 2,000 more than anybody else in the league. And so you're right. We are the team that is affected the most by it. The way I'm trying to spin it to our kids is just that we have a young team. This is a way for them to hear us more, hear the instruction, hear the communication on the court, because when we do have our normal fan base, it's really hard to hear. And so maybe with a young team, it's not so bad until things clear up. But, I do think, there are a couple teams in the league that are maybe at the 2,000 or 1,500 mark with fans, but we've been so spoiled. We have amazing fan support at Toledo, close to 4,000 fans a game. We've been top 30 in the country attendance 8 out of the last 9 years. And so, it's funny. I go back and I watch teams like Northern Illinois, and you go back and you watch last year's film, and then it hits you. Gosh, I miss our fans. And we really do, but we know most of them are listening or they're watching online, and we hope they're doing well. We hope they stay safe, and we hope to see them again when we're able.
No, yeah, no doubt about it. You know what's been built, Coach. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to, hey, the vaccine's on its way. Hopefully light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully everybody can get the sense of normalcy. And by next year, hopefully we're back to that. But obviously you have things to get done in the meantime, and we thank you for the time. Good luck tonight. Stay healthy. Everyone stay healthy in the meantime, and we will see you at the game on the 13th. Bring back a W, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Nick.